Your phone buzzes. You recognize a standard 10-digit Indian local number and answer the call. But the person on the other end is not in your city. They are sitting in a massive scam facility over 4,000 kilometers away in Cambodia. The Enforcement Directorate recently traced 36,000 active Indian phone numbers to a single cyber fraud network, responsible for siphoning over 100 crore rupees from victims. This massive scale of theft raises a serious logistical question. How are domestic cellular connections functioning overseas without telecom operators shutting them down? The answer lies in a highly structured pipeline designed to exploit a single human vulnerability. We implicitly trust a local caller ID. The hardware making this deception possible is known as a SIM box. It is a specialized device built to house dozens, sometimes hundreds, of active SIM cards simultaneously. The process begins when an overseas scammer dials a victim using an untraceable Voice over Internet Protocol, or VoIP, connection. That internet call travels across borders until it hits the SIM box, which is physically hidden somewhere inside India. Inside the device, the incoming digital data is translated into a standard cellular radio wave and routed out through one of those local Indian SIM cards. Local cell towers pick up this newly generated radio wave and broadcast it directly to the victim's mobile phone. By completing this hardware handoff, the international security gateways are entirely bypassed. The victim's phone screen displays only the local number. The SIM box turns cheap, anonymous internet connections into highly effective domestic traps. The people initiating these calls operate from highly organized, corporate-style scam factories. They execute specific, heavily scripted psychological operations, posing as law enforcement, conducting fake digital arrests, running complex investment schemes, and extracting OTPs. But running operations of this size requires constant inventory. They need thousands of physical Indian SIM cards delivered directly to their foreign headquarters to replace the ones that eventually get flagged. The ED investigation uncovered international smuggling rings, run largely by Malaysian nationals, who bulk procure active SIM cards inside India and physically transport them across the border into Cambodia. Modern cybercrime relies heavily on a high-risk physical supply chain to stay operational. A recent study by the Indian School of Business allows us to trace this pipeline back to its absolute root, the point of original activation inside India. The initial security failure happens at the retail level, carried out by corrupt point-of-sale agents working in everyday neighborhood mobile shops. These agents exploit the electronic Know Your Customer process in a practice researchers call subscription fraud. When an unsuspecting customer arrives to port a number or buy a new connection, the vendor completes the legitimate transaction, but secretly uses the customer's biometric and identity data to activate secondary, unauthorized lines. The ISB study found the current verification system is easily bypassed. It routinely accepts fake identities, mismatched documents, and outdated Aadhaar cards, even allowing vendors to register new numbers using photographs of children. These fraudulently activated ghost SIMs are then batched together and sold upwards into the international smuggling network. A cross-border cyber syndicate stealing hundreds of crores is entirely dependent on the corrupt actions of local mobile shop vendors. Authorities are now actively severing this supply chain. Under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, the Enforcement Director has launched sweeping raids across multiple cities, including Ludhiana, Jaipur, and Jodhpur. These operations have seized dozens of bank accounts, massive caches of incriminating documents, and resulted in the arrest of key nodes connecting the retail vendors to the international smugglers. To prevent future exploits, the ISB has proposed structural fixes to the Telecom network, demanding real-time photo verification and multi-layered authentication at the point of sale. Until those systemic vulnerabilities are patched, the infrastructure of the fraud pipeline remains intact. So the next time your phone rings, remember that the familiar digits on your screen might be the digital mask of a global criminal enterprise.